Hello guys and welcome to Football Fan Den UK. So we're here for the Norwich Watford game. If you're just joining us, please do hit that like button, drop your comments in the chat. It'd be great to hear from you guys. Sorry about that, just getting comfortable. So like I say, live match watch along for Norwich v Watford. So hopefully this will be an interesting one, guys. If you're just joining us, like I say, drop your comments in the chat. Be great to hear from you and hear what you guys have to say about any of the games this afternoon. We have quite a few games. Going on around the EFL, League One, League Two, and the Championship playing this afternoon. So lots of football going on. So if you guys are watching another game, let us know what game you're watching, what your thoughts are, and obviously it'd be great to hear from you guys. So just a couple of minutes into the game, guys. Norwich on the ball at the minute. So we have a free kick for Norwich on this near side, guys. Just on halfway between the quite close to the corner flag. Cross comes in. It's deflected away by the goalkeeper. Norwich pick it up again on the edge of the box. And another cross into the box. Norwich pick it up again, but it's deflected away, and now Watford on the ball. So Norwich regain possession in the middle of the park, and long ball up the field that ends up with a goalkeeper. Oh, we're just having some technical gremlins at the minute, guys, unfortunately. Oh, sorry about this, guys. We're just getting technical gremlins. Not to worry. Hopefully that's back now. So 5 minutes gone, guys, and it's still 0-0. Watford with an attempt on goal breaking into the box, but deflected away by the goalkeeper, and it's out for a corner. The guys should be able to see me a bit better now, guys. Corner's deflected out, guys. Corner comes in, deflected out, and it's still with Watford on the edge of the Norwich goal box. Watford still in possession on the halfway line. and he switched the ball out to the far side. And now Watford with a cross into the box from this near side, deflected away, but still with Watford out on this near side, under pressure from Norwich, but tempted to get a cross off, but it's blocked and it's gone out for a goal kick to Norwich. So Norwich back in possession, looking to build from the back. Just to let you know, guys, what's going on around the grounds in the other games. We've got other games going on today. So keep an eye on the Norwich Watford. Norwich just are now attacking down this near side. Cut inside to the box, blocked off by Watford defender, and now Watford are looking to break down the opposite side of the field, and under pressure from Norwich defenders. And the referee awards a free kick to Watford. So just to bring you guys up to date with what's going on around the UK. Other leagues that are playing today is the Scottish Premiership, the English Championship, English League One, English League Two, and obviously there's also games going on in the National League North. We've also got the Scottish Championship playing today, and the Scottish League One and Two also have games going on. So I'm just going to give you a quick overview, guys, of what's going on around the grounds. Aberdeen, earlier kickoff, obviously Rangers Celtic finished 2-2. The minute Aberdeen nil, Ross County nil, Hearts of Midlothian nil, Hibernian nil, Kilmarnock nil, St Mirren nil, Livingston nil, Motherwell nil, St Johnstone nil, Dundee United nil. In the English Championship, it's currently 0-0 in all games. In the League One, it's currently 0-0 in all the games in League One, and also in League Two, it's currently 0-0 in all those games. We've got we've got some goals in an earlier kickoff in the National League North. Scarborough Athletic 4-0 down to Darlington. So if any of you guys keep an eye on non-league. In the Scottish Championship, all the games are currently 0-0 at the minute, apart from Queen's Park v Partick Thistle, which Queen's Park are currently winning 1-0. In the Scottish League One, games 0-0, and one game called off, which is Dunfermline and Falkirk. And in Scottish League Two, it's Forfar Athletic v Elgin City, and that is currently 0-0 as well, guys. So that brings you up to date with all the games around the UK. So we've just got we've got a foul on the edge of the Norwich box, guys. We're just waiting for the medical team. They're just giving some medical attention to one of the Watford players, guys. Bit of a crunching tackle, but hopefully he's going to be okay. So the game's restarted, and Norwich in possession with a long ball up the field. And it's out on that far side. Norwich now looking to try and keep possession on the edge of the Watford penalty area. And Norwich with the ball out to the far side. And cross comes in. It's headed clear by Watford. And it's out on the far side for a throw-in right next to the corner flag. Corner taken quickly by Norwich. And now Norwich looking to build from that as they switch the play out to this near side. And a cross comes in and it's blocked by a Watford defender, and it's out for a corner on this near side to Norwich. Corner comes in towards the near post, deflected away, but picked up on the outskirts of the box by Norwich, and Norwich look to build, and the referee has stopped play. Linesman has called it offside. I'm not sure exactly how the offside come about, to be honest, considering the ball was outside the box and the defenders behind it. So that's a bit of a new one on me, but there you go. Watford now in possession at the back. Long ball forward up the field from the goalkeeper. And now Norwich with a long ball down the field. And now Watford in possession, deep inside their own half as they look to build the momentum down this near side. And the ball ends up back with the Norwich goalkeeper as Watford lose possession under pressure from Norwich. Guys, if you're just joining us, please do drop your comments in. It'd be great to hear from you. Shot comes in from Watford, just from the edge of the box, but it's just wide of the post. But a good effort from Watford. Long ball up the field, and it's intercepted by Watford midway inside their own the Norwich half, and now it's passed back to the Watford keeper, who looks to push the team forward. There's massive gaps in this Watford defence. They're leaving big gaps at the back for Norwich to exploit if they can get um, enough possession of the ball to hit Watford on the counter-attack quickly. And now Watford looking to build again from the back. And Watford down the far side with a ball. and into the box. Shot comes in from a cross into the box, but it's deflected away. Watford managing to keep possession. So another cross comes in from the far side, and it's deflected away, but Watford still managing to keep possession. But pressure from Norwich, and now Norwich get the ball back, and they look to hit Watford on a counter attack down the far side, but it's just gone out for a throw in to Norwich. 17 minutes gone, guys. Still 0-0. Joey, how's it going, mate? Welcome to the chat. I appreciate you dropping back in, mate. Presume you're waiting for Liverpool game that's at 5:30. So obviously it's another big game for you guys today. I'm guessing you're hoping for the win, and a tricky tie at Brentford as well, mate. Not an easy place to go. Obviously, Liverpool should be able to overcome them, but I'm sure they're going to be faced with a tough challenge there. Brentford probably going to be a lot more motivated being at home to try and pull off an upset. But yeah, good to see you, Joey. Thank you very much for dropping back in on the stream. Didn't expect it, to be honest, mate. I thought obviously he was on the earlier stream, so I thought you might be busy with some other stuff before your team Liverpool playing at 5:30. But really do appreciate dropping in on this stream, mate. Really appreciate the support. Cross comes in and it's deep for not Watford, but it's too much pace on the ball, and it's gone out on this near side for a goal kick. It was a good idea, but like I said, just too much pace on the ball as the cross came in. We've got ball out on this near side for Norwich throwing. Joey saying, chill out day today, mate. Yeah, don't blame you, Joey. Don't blame you, mate. Last official day of the Christmas holidays. Like I say, I'm just me personally today, just trying to maximise the final day. Obviously, while people are off work, you got that. It's not always guaranteed. It's not guaranteed, but just that bit better chance that we might attract other new fans to the project. It's a little bit easier when it's bank holidays and things like that, because people have a little bit of time to browse YouTube, things like that, and they might come across us. But obviously, through the normal working week, people have less time for the social activities and stuff like that. So we will still keep plugging away, obviously, when the weeks go back to normal tomorrow. But I'm just saying, obviously, people do have that bit more time, mate. When it's bank holidays, that type of thing. So just trying to maximise the final day of the holidays. But yeah. We're kind of glad, I suppose, for the Christmas week to be out of the way, from my point of view anyway, because be back to work to normal for myself tomorrow as well. So, like I said, I've been looking to try and have a day off somewhere, because it's not really felt like I've had a holiday through Christmas with the effort of putting on the channel. But it's all good. It's all good. I don't mind the sacrifice if it helps us reach the long-term targets. So, yeah. Like I say, Joey, don't blame you, mate. I'd be sat with my feet up if I wasn't doing the live streams. Like I say, just trying to make the best of the final day of the holidays, especially with all this football today. Be crazy not to. It's a good opportunity to potentially help the channel move forward a little bit more and the project. So Watford in possession now on this near side, and a cross comes in, and a shot from just on the edge of the goal box, but it's gone wide. But a good idea, good bit of play there from Watford. Just like I said, just not quite coming off. I think he'd been better maybe to just try pause on the ball, but he didn't have the time surrounded by players, not Norwich players on all sides. So it was always going to be difficult for him to get that ball under control and try and get a more accurate shot off. But good effort under the circumstances. Just a shame that from a Watford point of view that the effort wasn't a bit more accurate. But yeah, Joey, obviously if you're chilling, mate, just let us know what other games are you interested in today, or what other games are you keeping an eye on, mate. If you are just chilling, I'm presuming you might be keeping an eye on a couple of other, one or two other games maybe today, until your beloved Liverpool play later. So yeah, Joey, if you got an eye on any of the other games in the AFL, I didn't actually realise that this was on the Sky, this game today. Otherwise, I would have picked one of the other games, to be fair. I picked this one today based on the fact that we haven't really covered Norwich or Watford on the channel all that much. So that's why I kind of picked out this game today. But like I say, it's actually on the main telly. So that's a bit disappointing because that can potentially impact views a bit. But not to worry, we take the rough with the smooth. And now Norwich in possession on the far side as they look to create some space for a cross under pressure from Watford defenders. And the cross comes in, but it's deflected out for a throw in on the far side, midway inside the Watford half of the pitch. And now Norwich take the throw in and look to come back into midfield. Norwich doing well here, but under major pressure from Watford, who are defending in numbers, and they force Norwich to play the ball back to their defence. If you guys just joining us, please do hit that like button and come and get involved in the chat. Want to hear from you guys on this, any thoughts you have on this game or any of the other games going on today around the EFL or even in Scotland. We've got games right across the UK today. So if you guys want to drop in the chat and let us know your thoughts on any of the games, it'd be great to hear from you. We're just having a free kick awarded to Norwich. Midway inside the Watford half of the pitch for a foul. It's about, I'd say it's about 35 yards out, maybe a bit more, guys. Quite a distance from goal. So just all right. So the free kick is taken as a pass, and a shot comes in. A cross comes in from the far side, taken quickly there. The free kick passed out to the player on the far side who crosses it in to the box at pace, but no Norwich player unable to get on the end of it, and the Norwich player at the back of the pack there just marginally offside. So that even if Norwich had managed to put that in the back of the net, it wouldn't have counted because of the last man being offside. Joey is saying, was keeping my eye on Burnley. They are winning at the moment. Right, 2-0. Yeah, I did consider doing that game. Like I said, I thought I'd do this game. Didn't even actually look at what was on TV today for this one because I didn't expect this to be on TV, to be honest. But it is. I just thought I'd pick this one, like I say, because we've not really covered Watford and Norwich on the channel that recently that I can remember. So, like I say, a lot of these match watch-alongs is about trying to go around the different games and giving chance from fans of different clubs to find out about us. So, yeah, like I say, there was quite a lot of choice to choose from today, which one to do for the 3 o'clock kickoff. But like I said, I thought I did pick this one just for that reason, not realising it was actually on the telly. Otherwise, I probably would have picked another one if I'd have realised that. But not to worry. Like I say, we take the good with the bad. Joey's saying, Defo looking forward to Liverpool later. No disrespect to Bradford, but we should get the 3 points. Yeah, absolutely, mate. I think Bradford, obviously, they're going to try and make life difficult for you guys. Obviously, they're playing at home. So they're gonna be well up for it. You'd think at home they're gonna try and come at you guys with something to try and maybe chuck a bit of a spanner in the works, so to speak. But yeah, like I say, mate, should be a good game, and you guys should come out on top by the 90 minutes. But like I say, I don't think Watford gonna. Sorry, not Watford. Sorry, I don't think Brentford gonna make life easy for you. They're gonna try and go. Well, maybe not toe to toe, but I think you know what I mean, mate. They're going to try and give a good account of themselves. So yeah, difficult game that for Liverpool because one thing you know about watching Liverpool is that they're a great team, no question. But I think Liverpool's only real weakness in respect of challenging for the title is breaking down teams like Brentford when they put 10 men behind the ball. So if Brentford later on when they play them, if Brentford decide to put loads of men behind the ball, they're going to make life difficult for Liverpool trying to break them down. And like I say, we know Liverpool is a great team, but they like to they like to play at pace and speed. And obviously, when teams sit in on them, that limits how much they're able to use that pace and speed to their advantage. And like I say, over the last few seasons, I think we've all seen that as great as Liverpool are, they do sometimes struggle to break teams down that sit with 10 men behind the ball. But like I say, we'll have to see whether Brentford play like that or whether they try to come out a bit more playing at home. They might do, or if Liverpool get the early goal, then it might force Brentford to come out and play more, and that could play right into Liverpool's hands. We'll have to see how it goes later, mate. Kieran Williams, welcome back, mate. Great to have you come drop in. Thank you very much. As I was saying to Joey, didn't particularly expect you guys to drop in as you've been really active on other streams recently. So thought you guys might be a bit busy today with it being the last day of the holidays. But thank you very much, Kieran. Always a pleasure to have you involved, mate, and really appreciate the support. Kieran saying, do you know how Wigan's score is? I don't right off the top of my head, but I can certainly check for you, mate. Where are they? Are they playing today, Wigan? Oh, they're losing 1-0, mate. Losing 1-0 to Hull at the minute. Just to give you guys a quick update, in the Championship, it's currently Birmingham City 0, Middlesbrough 0, Norwich 0, Watford 0, Swansea 1, Burnley 2, West Bromwich Albion 0, Reading 0, Wigan Athletic 0, Hull City 1, Stoke City 0, Preston 0, and obviously as a later game, an 8 o'clock kickoff, QPR v Sheffield United. That's 8 o'clock kickoff, as I say. In League One, Barnsley 0, Bolton Wanderers 1. Get in, come on, Bolton. Derby 2, Accrington 0, Lincoln City 0, Ipswich 0, Sheffield Wednesday 2, Cambridge United 0. League 2, Barrow 0, Rochdale 0, Newport 0, Crawley Town 0, Northampton Town 0, Leyton Orient 0, Stevenage 1, and Gillingham 0. In Scotland, it's currently Aberdeen 0, Ross County 0, Hearts of Midlothian 1, Hibernian 0, like Edinburgh Derby there, with Hearts taking the lead. Kilmarnock 0, St Mirren 0, Livingston 0, Motherwell 0, and St Johnstone 0, Dundee United 0. And just a quick one on the Scottish Championship. Dundee is 0, Arbroath 2, Hamilton Academical. I always have a mouthful getting my tongue around them. 0, Wraith Rovers 1, Inverness Cally Thistle 0, Cove Rangers 1. The other game, Greenock Morgan v Ayr, is postponed, and Queen's Park 1-0 up against Partick Thistle. In Scottish League 2, there's only 2 games. Adrian S 2, Edinburgh FC 0, and Peterhead 0, Montrose 0. And the other game, Dunfermline Falkirk, is postponed. And one game in Scottish League 2, which is Forfar Athletic 0, Elgin City 0. So that brings you up to date right across the UK, guys, with what's going on so far. Not much to report at the minute, guys. 31 minutes in. We just had another foul been awarded by the referee. So just throwing now on this near side for Norwich. And Norwich lucky on the edge of the Watford box. But lost possession. And now Watford looking to break down this near side. Into the box, but the cross is deflected, or pass slash cross is deflected by Norwich. And now they regain possession deep inside their own half of the field, under pressure from Watford. So let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Joey's saying, hi there, Gaz. That repeated the messages there. Why does it do that? It's really strange. It's copied all my messages again. It's really strange, this Melon, how it behaves. Apologies, guys. It just threw me off where I'm at in the chat. For some reason, it's doubled up the messages. I don't understand it. It's really weird, this streaming site. It's got some gremlins. Kieran Williams, yeah, as I said, mate, Wigan currently losing 1-0 to Hull. Sorry about that, mate. I thought I did say. Stephen Allen, hi, Kieran. Wigan are losing 1-0. Thanks for that, Stevie. Mark Smith, how's it going, Mark? Appreciate you coming and getting involved. Always great to see a new face in the chat. Mark Smith, what is the score? It's currently 0-0, mate. 34 minutes gone. Watford currently on the ball on the far side, but not much to report. It's been end to end. Both teams creating chances. Not much to report as in respect of actual attempts on goal. Both teams kind of evenly matched at the minute, as you might expect, and not much to choose between the two sides. We've currently got a corner for Norwich on the far side. So yeah, there you go, Mark. Thanks for that, mate. And like I say, appreciate coming getting involved. Great to see you, Kieran Williams. Just bear with me a second, mate. Corner comes in, but it's short and it's deflected, headed away from by Watford defender. But Norwich managed to gain possession outside the box, and a cross is coming deep, and it's headed in near the back post, right across the face of goal. And Norwich with the early lead, but the goal's been disallowed with the linesman for offside, and that's not a surprise because we actually did see that earlier. It's just as the defence has moved up, he's just caught him offside. Good, it was a good goal, but like I say, disallowed by the linesman, and he's just. As the ball came in, the defenders have moved back and forward, and that movement has just basically caught the Norwich attacker at the back. Just caught him out offside because he was the last man. So yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But like as you guys know, I'm sure I don't need to tell you. You guys are well aware. The offside trap can either work really well for you or it can work really well against you. Norwich now on the ball on the edge of the Watford box, and they're still managing to keep possession, looking for space. under pressure from Watford, with Watford plenty of men in front of the ball. And a shot comes in, but it's over everybody, and it's wide of the far post. But yeah, like I say, Watford defending in numbers. Put the score on screen. Well, I can't actually put the score on the screen, but what I can do is share the. I can share the team news. There's the team news, but I can't actually put score on the screen at the minute. Not got the right equipment just for that at the minute, mate. But we'll improve the technology side of it at the minute. We've just it was only what 3 months ago we had all this studio set up because before I used to do it. In a different room and didn't have all the computer stuff around me. So we have just made a big leap forward recently with the technology and having a proper studio set up now. But other improvements will come as we progress. It just takes time. Can't, but as the saying goes, guys, Rome wasn't built in a day. So yeah, hopefully we will be able to improve. I'll figure out a way of adding the score into live streams to keep you guys up to date in the future better. But at the minute, like I say, I'm still doing so much learning with the technology. There's just only so much I can deal with. And you younger guys grew up with all this technology. I didn't. So I feel like I feel well older than I should do, just simply because the technology is making me feel old, because it's making me feel a bit out of date with the amount of stuff that there is to learn all the time with it. So it makes you think when you get, even though I'm not that old, I'm not saying I'm young, but I'm not old. It does make you feel a little bit like you pass yourself that by date sometimes trying to keep up with it all. So yeah, something for you guys to have a little chuckle about there in the chat. Mark Smith, please. Yeah, like I said, mate, I shared the team news. It's still 0-0 at the minute, mate. There's been no goals, but I'll certainly let you know as soon as there is any. And as I just explained at the minute, I haven't got it set up to put the score on the screen just at the moment. But like I say, we will be improving the technological stuff as we go. And I've just, like I say, just had a whole new refit in this room for all the technology to make it easier to do the live streams. So, like I say, it takes time. Just bear with me, guys. More stuff will come in the future to improve the project and make things better. But like I say, I've just spent quite a few quid on this studio room. So unfortunately, I've not got a never-ending wallet to keep investing every month. But I will do as and when I can. Stephen Allen is saying, what's the score, Mark? I'm not sure if you're talking about this game, guys, but it's still 0-0 in this game. Just coming up to 40 minutes. So we're getting close to the half-time mark. And it's, like I say, it's still 0-0. Norwich with a throw-in deep inside their own half of the pitch at the moment. Throw-in taken, and a ball up the field to the halfway line. And now Norwich looking to break into the space at the back that Watford have left open, but lose the ball under pressure. And now Watford regain possession and look to pass the ball up the field with a long ball from the goalkeeper. And it's Norwich that actually pick up possession. And they're just passing it about at the back at the moment. See what you guys saying in the chat. Mark Smith, Joey, yes, Sky Sports love Liverpool. They are on again. Yeah. Well, they do. I think it's not so much that they love Liverpool, mate. I think it's going with the teams that are going to get you the views. As I'm finding with learning as I'm going with the YouTube, we are trying to cover as much clubs as possible across the UK. But as I've found out, if you can cover the wrong games where it really does affect views, and like I say, I'm certainly not sticking up for Sky because we know how mercenary they are. But yeah, I think a lot of the time why they're going for Liverpool is because they're going to get the views. And like I say, today it's the only Premier League game as well in it. A lot of the Premier League games were played over the weekend, and it is a Monday. It is a Monday. I know it's a bank holiday, but it is a Monday, and you would normally have a Monday night game, wouldn't you, if it was a normal weekday? So yeah, like I say, you're probably right to some degree, mate. Maybe Sky showing a bit of favouritism to Liverpool, but I think the reason why is because they're guaranteed to get a decent amount of views, and obviously that's what they're after, aren't they? So yeah, so I just had a tackle from a Norwich between Norwich and Watford, and just both players, I think, just coming together for the tackle, and one player standing on the other player's foot. And it's the Watford player that's come worst off out of that. It was nothing malice in it, guys. It was just a 50-50 challenge. And like I say, it's resulted in the Watford player taking studs to the foot. So that must be quite painful. But hopefully it'll be all right. But thanks for that, Mark. Mark also saying, Steve Allen, no, Norwich v Watford. Yeah, like I say, mate, 43 minutes gone and it's still 0-0. Apologies, I can't put it on the screen, but like I said, just haven't got that access to that that option at the minute, technology wise. Mark Smith also saying, Joey, hope Liverpool to lose. Fair enough, mate. Obviously, we've all got our own clubs that we love and hate. But we do obviously try to be positive as much as possible and respectful to other fans if we can. Stephen Allen is currently 0-0. Yeah, absolutely. Cheers for that, Stevie. Norwich on the ball now. They've just lost possession, and another coming together of players. But this time the referee appears to be letting it go, and now Watford back in possession midway inside their own half of the pitch. Ball forward out to the far side. Helped on, but what are Norwich thinking? They've just Watford with had a long cross, long ball forward down this near side, and it was then chipped onto another Watford player, who then tried to run into the box and literally was just hauled down by the Norwich defender. He's just grabbed hold of him and literally dragged him straight to the floor. And that's a bit poor, that, from a professional defender. But yeah, the referees awarded the free kick to Watford, and like I say, bit of poor defending that really from Watford. Obviously, he would have been in. He would have got into the goal box if they hadn't done it. So maybe you could argue it's a tactical foul, but you know, it's one of them. In it, you know, tactical fouls are supposed to be when it's the last man, not when there's still opportunity to stop the player. The referee just having a few words with some of the players in the box as they prepare for this free kick. What the heck? We've got 7 minutes added on, guys. Cross comes in. It's headed clear. Watford regain possession on the opposite side of the box, but now lose it to Norwich, who look to break down this near side, but forced to pass it back under pressure from Watford, and now they bring it back inside to midfield, but still in their own half as they try to push up the field and now sweep the ball out to this near side on the halfway line, and as they push into Watford's half of the pitch. And now out to the far side. They're really switching the play here, Norwich. Down that near side, cross comes in, headed clear by the Watford defence, but Norwich regain possession on the edge of the box. Another shot comes in and it's blocked. And Watford just managed to clear it, but only as far as just outside the box. And another cross comes in, but headed clear again. Some real serious pressure here from Norwich. But Watford managed to get possession on this near side, and now they look to get up the other end of the field and Price try and hit Norwich on the counter attack. But Norwich have got 6 men back with Watford against 4. And the cross comes in for Watford on the far side, but it's blocked by Norwich defenders. And Watford managed to keep possession, but forced to pass it back under pressure from Norwich. And it's back with the goalkeeper now. Like I say, guys, we're on that half-time now, 45 minutes gone, and we've 2 minutes into the added-on time, which is 7 minutes, believe it or not. I don't think we've had 7 minutes of worth of stoppage time in this game. So where the referee has come up with that number, I do not know. But yeah, guys, if you're just joining us, please do hit that like button, drop your comments in the chat. Be great to hear from you. I will come to the chat in a minute. Yeah, I think we've got a free kick here on the edge of the Norwich box for Watford. And yet again, it's the same defender involved in that a couple of minutes ago pulled down a Watford player blatantly. So yeah, like I say, no, it's not a free kick. It's a goal kick. It is a free kick, sorry, but it's a free kick to Norwich taken by the goalie. Norwich up the field now. And ball into the box, crossed in, but the goalkeeper comes out to close the space. And now we've just got some confusion with what exactly the referee has decided. I think he's blown the whistle for some kind of foul, but I'm not sure exactly what. Yeah, he's blown for something. Yeah, I think he's classed that as a foul on the Watford player. 48 minutes gone, guys. Watford in possession on the edge of the Watford box. And they lose it again to Norwich. Sorry, to Norwich. What am I about? Not Watford box, on the edge of the Norwich box, sorry. But they lose it again to Norwich, and Norwich with the ball up the field, and it's gone out on this near side for a throw-in. So I'll come back to the chat. Stevie Allen is saying it's currently 0-0. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for that, Stevie. Mark Smith, Stephen Allen, he should put score on screen. Like I've just explained to you, mate, I've spent quite a lot of money on setting up this new studio, and it's only been with us for about 2 months. And I just haven't got the set up at the minute to add the score on the screen. I will, now you've mentioned it, I will take it on board and I will look at it in the future. But there is no option for me to do that. If I do that, if I add the score like you're doing, I can't highlight people's comments. So I could fulfill your request, mate, but then I won't be able to highlight people's comments on the screen. And that is the only way I'm able to do it right now. So like I said, I'll take on board what you're saying, mate, and I will look into it for the future. But I am, at this moment in time, in the middle of a stream, I am unable to fulfill your request. As much as I would like to, I just can't do it. I haven't got the option to do it. The only way for me to do it would be to write the score in the chat, dismiss the comments, and then have the score highlighted. So I'm not highlighting nobody else's comments just so I can highlight the score for you. That's not an option, mate, because that wouldn't be fair to the chat. It's important that fans feel a part of the channel. That's part of the Fandom project. So I really do wish I could highlight the score for you, because you've mentioned it now a couple of times. But unfortunately, right in the middle of the stream, I do not have the option to do that other than putting it in the chat, highlighting it, and then not being able to highlight people's comments. So unfortunately, mate, I'm not able to fulfill your request at this time, but I will take it on board and see if it's possible to do it at some point in the future. I thought I'd explain this quite well earlier. I'm not meaning to be off with you, mate, but I did take the time to actually explain it to you why before I can't highlight the score. And it appears that you've just ignored what I've said and you're still asking for the score to be highlighted on the screen, which I find a little bit frustrating, considering I've took the time to explain to you why I can't do that, mate. So he got a free kick from the goal box for Norwich. Long ball up the field, and it's out on this near side for a throw in. We're just coming up to the 7 minutes added on, 51 and a half minutes, so 30 seconds left of added on time. And Norwich trying to regain possession, but Watford managed to break with the ball out to that far side and looking to get down the side, that side of the field. And a cross comes in. A good cross comes in, and the goalkeeper manages to save it. But it was just looked like it was a bit unsecure in his hands as he went to grab it. And like I say, he plays the ball out, and now there goes the halftime whistle. So at the halftime stage, it's 0-0, guys. Not much to choose between these two teams, both having opportunities at either end, and both cancelling each other out, you might say, at the moment. So yeah, not like I said, not a lot to say about it really. Two teams very evenly matched. I would assess from that first half. Kieran Williams, Joey, what do you think of the Gakpo signing? Want us to get him? Looks like a good player. Yeah, I was hearing about him. I've not actually had chance. Obviously, I know, Kieran, you're asking Joey. That's fair enough, mate. I have actually heard about him. I've not seen what this player is like. I am quite interested because I've heard of a few other fans mentioning his name. So yeah, I'm gonna try and look that up at some point. Look him up and find out a bit more about him. But yeah, apparently he's quite some player, isn't he? He's quite has been very well talked about at the minute, and a lot of players, a lot of people linking him with Liverpool. I think that's the club he's being linked with anyway. But I have heard other fans talking about him. But like I said, I've just not seen a lot of him that I can remember. So I need to look him up and become a bit more aware of who he is and what his talents are. So yeah, thanks for that, mate. Appreciated. I thought I'd just highlight that comment. What? This I'm having some real gremlins in the chat today, or if I just pressed that without realizing it. Stevie's saying uh, he can't when he's highlighting comments. Yeah, as I've just explained about that, I'm not getting into that again. I don't want to start getting irate today. I want to keep chilled and enjoy the streams, and I don't want to upset you guys. Like I said, I do take on board the observations you take, suggestions you make, but like I said, guys, unfortunately, Rome wasn't built in a day, and everything I'm investing in Fanden at the minute is coming out of my own pocket. I don't make no money out of Fanden yet. There's nothing, you know, you have to, a lot of work to do to it that YouTube targets to actually get to the point where you actually start to make any kind of money out of YouTube. And we're still working towards that. So everything I've invested in this project has come out of my own pocket. I don't make any money from it yet. So obviously I can only spend so much at a time. There's only so much I can invest in it. So I do take on board your suggestions and your comments and your recommendations and ideas, and I do take them on board. And I will look to try things and try and take your suggestions and implement them into the channel in the future. But all like I said, just asking for a little bit of understanding that I can't do everything at once. I can't. I've not got the finances available to me that Sky Sports have got and BBC, BT Sports and BBC One. I've not got their kind of money. I'm just one guy on my own trying to build a YouTube channel that's different and unique. And I intend to invest more money into it in the future. But like I say, I'm not a rich man. I can only do so much at a time. So yeah, I'm sorry if that's not good enough, but not much I can do about it. I can only do the best with what I've got. So yeah, thanks for that, Stevie. Appreciate you trying to point that out. Mark Smith, Stephen Allen, question: other streams have the score on? I'm not even going to reply to that, mate. Joey's saying, yeah, Kieran, looking forward to seeing how well he gets into the team. Who do you support? Manchester United, Kieran is saying. Man United fan. Cool. Not wrong with that, mate. Man United looking a lot better under Ten Hag in the last game that since Ronaldo's left. Hopefully, you guys can keep that momentum going. But like I say, um, early days yet for the manager. But like I say, I think it's made a massive difference in getting Ronaldo out the dressing room because now he can try and get the younger players on side to buy into his ideas, and that might bring more success for Man United. Mark Smith also saying, "Thanks. Out. Put match on, please." Joey, all right. He was linked to a few clubs. Happy we got him. Yeah, this is the on about this new lad. I'd like to say, I've not seen him. I've heard quite a few fans talk about him, so we'll have a look at him at a later date. But thanks for that, Joey. Mark Smith, Bree, uh, Brentford 6, Liverpool nil later. Yes, okay then, mate. If you say so, I get the impression this Kieran lad is wanting to. Sorry, not Kieran. My apologies, mate. I'm getting the impression that this Mark lad is wanting to try and wind people up in the chat. So I'll be keeping an eye on that. Don't mind a bit of banter, but not really. We're trying to build something serious here. Not got much time for the jokers that don't take football serious and have a bit of respect for other fans especially when we're showing respect to the club that you support. Joey is saying, Mark, he can't put game on. It's copyright, mate. Absolutely. Thanks for that, Joey. Appreciated, mate. Really appreciated. Some people know that already because it's common sense. But some people still come on and ask for it, even though it's known fact that you can't put it on through copyright. I thought that was just normal common sense. But I suppose common sense is sometimes not as common as you'd think it was these days. Maybe you have to buy it on the stock market now. I don't know. Kieran Williams is saying, keep Man United sign Victor Osmish. Fingers crossed. Oh, sorry. Hope Man United sign Victor Osmian. Fingers crossed. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Is he a defender? Is he a defender? Or... No, I think he's a. Do you know what? I've always been bad with players' names, guys. But I'm sure. Why am I thinking he's a defender? Or am I getting confused with another player that I'm thinking of? I think I might be. I think I might be getting confused with another player that I'm thinking of. But thanks for that, Kieran. Anyway, appreciated, mate. Joey's saying it's looking well for you at the moment. I'm presuming maybe referring to Man United, mate. But yeah. Thanks, Joey. Sorry, I'm not following that. Kieran Williams. Yeah, it is. Hope we kick on now. Rashi on fire. Yeah, he's looking really good, Marcus Rashford at the minute. I've been impressed with him. Recently. I think he was misunderstood last season. I think he had a lot of personal stuff going on, and people didn't really because he's a young lad. I think people just expect him to, not really taking into consideration that maybe he had stuff going on personally that was distracting him from the football. But I think it's pretty clear how he started this season. He's been looked a lot better, and he has actually come out and said he had some personal problems last season that were very distracting. And I think we forget sometimes, as we know these are top players, and they're very well paid and in a very honoured position. But I think sometimes we do forget that stuff can get in the Reds off the field, family problems, stuff like that, that can mess with your psychology and really affect your concentration and focus. So yeah, I think sometimes some fans do forget that a little bit. Just I suppose it's just the passion in it for your club. You want your club to be successful, and if your best players are available and raring to go, that's going to make a big impact. So sometimes I think we do just overlook a little bit. Um, that our better players are also human, and they can also have off the field issues with family and stuff like that that can distract them. But yeah, thanks for that, Kieran. I have to agree, Rashford looking a lot better this season. Mark Smith is saying, Joey, but darts was on the other night on here. Darts? I don't understand. What do you mean darts? If you could explain that, Mark, if you could, mate. I'm not following. What do you mean darts was on here? I don't understand, mate. Joey's saying, I do like Rashford. Such a talent. Yeah, absolutely, Joey. Got to agree with that, mate. He's definitely a top talent. And hopefully, like I say, hopefully he's going to get back to his best form now. I was impressed how hungry he looked when he was playing for England in the World Cup. He looked very hungry, and I was really disappointed that Southgate didn't give him more game time because I think when you got players that show that kind of intensity in their play and look hungry, you play them. You don't bench them. It's one big thing that England managers always seem to make. They don't seem to have the brain power to recognise when a player looks hungry, and when they look hungry, that's when you play them. You don't leave them on. Excuse me, sorry guys, excuse me. You don't leave them on the bench. You just don't do that. If you want the best for your team, you play your players that are showing hunger and desire to play and to win. And like I said, for me, Rashford definitely showed that in the World Cup. So I was shocked when Southgate decided to drop him. Was it the second game? Was it the US game where he looked really hungry? He played the full 90 minutes and looked really good, I think. And then he dropped him for the next game. I can't remember which game. I know it did happen, but it was really disappointing, like I say. Mark Smith saying Rashford. Um, Sorry, I'm not understanding. But yeah, like I said, we was just talking about Rashford there. So apologies, Mark, if I'm not following that. Ethan Dixon, come on, Norwich. Fair enough, Ethan. Great to know you got a preference on the team that you wish to win in this one, guys. I'm just going to quickly run over the other results around the UK while we're just on a halftime break. Um, um, in the English Championship, it's currently Birmingham City nil, Middlesbrough nil, Norwich nil, Watford nil, Swansea 1, Burnley 2, West Brom nil, Reading nil, Wigan nil, Hull City 1, Stoke nil, Preston nil, and we've got the Queen's Park Rangers v Sheffield game. That's a later kickoff at 8 o'clock tonight. In League One, it's currently Barnsley nil, Bolton 2. Come on, Bolton. Derby County 3, Accrington nil, Lincoln City nil, Ipswich nil, Sheffield Wednesday 2, Cambridge United nil. In League Two, it's currently Barrow nil, Rochdale nil, Newport County nil, Crawley Town 1, Northampton Town nil, Leyton Orient nil, Stevenage 1, Gillingham nil. In the Scottish, up in Scotland, in the Scottish Premiership, the earlier kickoff was Rangers 2, Celtic 2. In the kickoff games that are going on now at half time, Aberdeen nil, Ross County nil, Hearts of Midlothian 2, Hibernian nil. So Hearts winning the Edinburgh Derby so far. Kilmarnock nil, St Mirren nil, Livingston 1, Motherwell 1, St Johnstone nil, Dundee United nil. In the Scottish Championship, is currently Dundee 1, Arbroath 2, Hamilton Academic nil, Wraith Rovers 1, Inverness 3, Cove Rangers 1. One of the games in the Championship postponed, Frozen Pitch, which is Greenock Morton v Ayr United. Queen's Park 1, and Partick Thistle nil. In the Scottish League 1, it's Adrian's 2, FC Edinburgh 2, Dunfermline v Falkirk postponed for frozen pitch. Peterhead nil and Montrose nil. And also, the only game in Scottish League Two today is Forfar Athletic v Elgin City, and that is currently 0-0. So there you go, guys. That brings you all up to date with everything going on at the halftime mark around the UK. So, yeah, like I say, hopefully that brings you guys up to speed. Thanks for that, Ethan. Mark is saying on YouTube. What was on YouTube, or what is on you? I'm sorry, mate. When you just put like on YouTube, there's not much I can do with that comment because I'm not sure if you're referring to something I've said or something that somebody said in the chat. So be appreciated, guys. If you want me to read your comment and make something of it, try and make your comment so I can understand what exactly you're meaning. If you could, please. Joey's saying, sorry, meant to say Rashford, stupid predicted text. No worries, Joey, no worries, mate. I have that same problem with that predicted text sometimes when I'm on social media. I find it really annoying. So, yeah, no worries, mate. Mark Smith, yes, I want to go back to the 80s. No YouTube or Facebook. That's a fair shout, mate. Yeah, that's a fair shout. Yeah, unfortunately, though, we can't go back to the 80s. But yeah, I know what you mean. I miss the older days sometimes with all this new stuff that's coming about. So yeah, thanks for that, Mark. And unfortunately, as I keep being told, you either got to get with it or get left behind with this new technological age. But I do understand the frustration, Mark, because like I say, I'm also an older guy. So I also find it a bit frustration with all this technological obsession. But that's why I'm on YouTube. I'm trying to embrace it and learn and improve and try and just go with it. Because what's the point in fighting it? You're just going to end up being a dinosaur and being left behind. So, like I say, that's another one of the reasons why I'm doing YouTube as well to basically help me move into the modern days technological wave, if you like. But yeah, thanks for that, Mark. Mark also saying, "Oh, mobile phones." Well, we did actually have mobile phones in the 80s. Obviously, they're not the type of mobile phones that you have today. They were huge. They were massive, big brick things. But you did have mobile phones. In fact, back in the 80s, it was more car phones, wasn't it? That was kind of how mobile phones introduced themselves to start with. They came out more as car phones rather than mobile phones. But the mobile phone descended really from the car phone, didn't it? Joey is saying, agree. Agree with that, Mark. But love YouTube. Yeah, I do actually. I do. I'll be honest. Obviously, yes, I do. Obviously, miss some aspects of back in the day. Obviously, being born in the 80s myself. But like Joey's saying, I'm also the same. I do like YouTube. That's one thing I do like about the modern technological day. I'm not on about doing it here football. I'm on about actually watching stuff on YouTube. I do like it. I like the fact that you can go on. I think it's deteriorated because obviously as YouTube has grown and improved, they've put a lot more restrictions on. When it first come out, you used to be able to watch a lot more stuff, and a lot more stuff was at your fingertips on YouTube. But obviously, as it's improved or as it's grown, YouTube has restricted a lot more stuff that's put on YouTube. So it's not quite as good as it used to be, but it's still good. You still find a lot of good stuff on there, and a lot of it is just down to the copyright rules, in it. So makes it difficult to have everything on YouTube. So yeah. What did I miss a comment on there? Mark saying, Joey, people threatened you on Facebook. They are hard behind a computer screen. Yeah, mate, but that's just the way people are. Unfortunately, I've had the same problem myself on social media. That people talk big and bad, hiding behind a phone or a computer and stuff. But unfortunately, that's it's just the times moving on, mate. It's just the times moving on. There's not a lot we could do about it. You just got to get on with it, because otherwise, like I say, you just all you're going to do is by fighting it or resisting it, you're just making life harder for yourself. Because whether we like it or not, mate, technology and the world is moving forward at a rapid pace. So if you don't try and embrace it to some degree, you're just going to end up causing yourself unnecessary stress and frustration. And like I say, there's not much we can do about it, mate. So you just got to try and make the best of it. But I know what you mean. And it can be frustrating. A lot of these youngsters, they've grown up with it, so it doesn't come natural to us if you're older, slightly older, and born before the technological wave, shall we say. Um, so, guys, the game has restarted. We're a couple of minutes in, and we've got currently got a free kick for Norwich on this near side, about midway inside the Watford half of the pitch. Cross comes in from the free kick, but it's cleared away by Watford. And now Watford looking to break on the counter attack straight down the middle of the field, but then pass it out to this near side. And now look to get a cross in. A cross comes in deep at the back post, and it falls right in front of the face of goal, with about 2 or 3 Watford players scrapping to try and get on the end of it. But the goalkeeper managing to block it. And I think we got a player down injured and all right on the goal line. So just have to wait to see what happens. But yeah, bit unlucky there from a Watford point of view. That like I said, 2 or 3 players right on the edge of the box there, and the ball was bouncing about everywhere, but not one of them managed to get a clean shot on goal. Dylan, how's it going, mate? Welcome back to the chat. Appreciate getting back involved, mate. Didn't expect it, but very much appreciated. Dylan saying, "Hi, guys. Have a couple of minutes spare, so thought I would come in the chat and give you a halftime score update." No worries, mate. I did just quickly read round the halftime results, but yeah, you're welcome to drop some more in because it might have updated a bit more since I did it. So thanks for that, Dylan. Joey saying, "Hi, Dylan. How are you?" Top man, Joey. Nice of you to welcome Dylan in. Appreciated that. Great support from you guys. Dylan saying, "Hi, Joey. I'm good. Thanks. Thank you." Nice one, Dylan. Top man. And Joey, your team winning, guys, 2-0. Yeah. Yeah. Buzzing. I'm buzzing with that. Especially after the other day performance away from home. That was really disheartening from a Bolton fan perspective. So yeah, like I say, mate, good to see us getting in front early in the away game, and hopefully make it count. So fingers crossed. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about it, mate. Pretty happy about it, but I would prefer to be watching that game, to be honest. But like I say, trying to do what is necessary to build the fandom and make the project work. Because, like I say, it's not about my club; it's about fans. So, sacrifice watching my own team today to keep plodding on with the project and keep pushing forward. But yeah, thanks for that, Joey. And yeah, absolutely, mate. I'm buzzing with the 2-0 lead. Hopefully, Bolton managed to see it out. Just checking. I was just checking to see if it's still 2-0, and it is. So yeah, sorry, Joey. Did I just miss one? Joey saying, "Jolly good. Yeah, all good. Thanks, mate." Dylan, League Two, Barrow 0-0, Rochdale, Newport County 1-0, Crawley Town, Northampton Town 0-0, Leyton Orient and Stevenage. Sorry, Nottingham, not Northampton Town and the Leyton Orient 0-0 and Stevenage 1-0 up against Gillingham. Yeah, like I say, mate, did not so long ago, but I did read through the the score predictions. But thanks for sharing at least, Dylan. Good to hear, mate. Dylan there with the League One predict scores. So we've got a long ball up the field here now for Watford, and it's out on that far side. Um, Now Norwich pick up possession and pass the ball back to their keeper. And ball out to this near side for Norwich as they look to push up the field. Um, Now the ball's back with Watford, but they lose it on the halfway, just in the halfway line to Norwich, and Norwich regain possession now and look to build. They get the ball out to this near side and look to come in to the box from down this near side. Two Norwich players just at the minute trying to work the ball into the box, and finally a cross comes in and it's deep, and it's headed out behind for a goal kick. So yeah, look like they might get something going there because there are two players on this near side. Thought they were going to try and work it, play it between them, and work it into the box, but it didn't quite come out. It didn't quite come off like that. Um, but yeah, Dylan with League One updates. Like I say, just read them all not so long ago. Went through them, but go on. League One, Barnsley 0, Bolton Wanderers 2. Well, obviously aware of that. Derby County 3, Accrington 0, Sheffield Wednesday 2, Cambridge United 0, and Lincoln City v Ipswich Town. Kick off at 6 p.m. At 4 o'clock. Sorry, is it 4 o'clock for that one? There is no 4 o'clock kickoff today, Dylan. Lincoln City. Lincoln City's already playing, mate. Lincoln City v Ipswich is currently playing. It's 0-0. 54 minutes gone. So I'm not sure where you get the 4 o'clock kickoff from, Dylan. But yeah, Lincoln City is currently 0-0 with Ipswich. 54 minutes gone. So I'm not sure about that one, mate. But thank you, Dylan. Appreciate it. No, think. Come on. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Where was I? Stupid technological gremlins are really trying to bite me today, aren't they? Where was I up to? That's where I was up to. Um, Kieran Williams, uh, what mins is that Rochdale game on? 58 minutes, mate. 58 minutes. We've got a corner here for Watford from the far side. Corner comes in. It's an outswing, sorry, and it's headed towards the goal, but good save from the goalkeeper down at his far post. I think the header just took a bit of a ricochet, and that took the pace out of the ball and made it a comfortable save for the keeper. And now we've got a throw in on this near side for Norwich, roughly on the halfway line. PFC underscore DY Forge Dylan Rochdale are half time at the moment. Yep, they've actually restarted it now, so obviously I must be a little bit slightly behind with the comments. Apologies. Well, thanks for that, Dylan. Kieran Williams, oh, thanks. No worries. Glad to see, appreciate Dylan keeping you up to date there. Championship games: Birmingham 0, Middlesbrough 0, Swansea 1. Sorry, see, it's so much easier to read it off the screen rather than reading it through the messages. Swansea City 1, Barnsley 2, Stoke 0, Preston 0. Was a 15:30 kickoff. West Brom 0-0, Reading, Wigan Athletic 0, losing 1-0 to Hull. Sorry if I'm not reading it right. It's because I'm reading it through Dylan's messages rather than off the screen. But thank you, Dylan. It's appreciate coming doing this, mate, but it's not really necessary because it's something I already worked into the show. Just go into it every so often. If you guys want to help, I've told you the best way you can help is coming on the show, talking and getting involved in the channel and coming on the actual channel. That is the best way fans could help so that we actually start to get, because like I said, trying to build the channel for fans. So obviously at the minute, we're still in the early stages, so it's very much about getting fans to learn about us. So in the future, I'm sure it will get easier to get fans on, but at the minute, while we're in the early stages, it is actually quite difficult because most of the fans I'm coming across that want to be involved are happy to be involved as long as it's not on camera. But unfortunately, that's the main thing that I'm needing help with at the minute is for fans to actually come on the channel to encourage more fans to want to come on the channel. So like I say, I appreciate the effort, Dylan, with the scores, mate. It's really appreciated. But like I say, it's much easier for me to read them off the other screen here in the studio rather than actually reading them out through messages. But like I say, don't want to sound ungrateful. Do appreciate you trying to help. Scottish Premier League, Aberdeen 0-0 with Ross County, Hearts 2 with Hibernian, Kilmarnock 0-0 with St Mirren, Livingston 1-1 with Motherwell, St Johnstone 0-0 with Dundee United. Thanks for that, Dylan. Appreciate the gesture, mate. Nice of you to try and help. Kieran Williams, no striker for Nepal, a top player. Right, fair enough, mate. No worries. It's a bit. Sorry, it's just thrown me off a bit. That is there a particular reason why you're talking about Nepal, mate? Because it's a bit of a random comment. That I'm not complaining. You're welcome to talk about what you want, mate, in the chat. But it's just. But like I said, just throw me off because it's a bit of a random comment with um, no striker for Nepal, top player. I don't understand the comment, mate. Sorry, I don't understand. No striker, top player. I don't get that, mate. Sorry. If you could explain a little bit better, like I say, it's a bit of a random one. That just like I say, always want you guys to feel involved in the channel, but please do try and make your comments so I can make sense of them. If you could, please. Mark Smith, PFC underscore DY4. Good. Um, did I miss something there? So we're just having substitution at the minute, guys, for Watford. It's Davis coming off and Aspriliva coming on. Apologies if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. But yeah, just a Watford change, substitution at the minute. It's currently still 0-0. 64 minutes gone, guys. Um, it's just been end to end. Not a lot of quality in the box to talk about. To be fair, guys, a lot of long balls and crosses, and like I say, just not really much to talk about as it actually in respect of action to actually give you any serious commentary on, guys. So apologies for that. But I can only go with what's going on in the game. And at the minute, like I say, it's been very end to end, just not a lot of quality in the goal area to talk about. Dylan is saying, Mark, just here to cause problems. Take your nonsense and get out of. No worries. What is very positive chat. Well, no worries. I've been told off Stevie to just leave that. Apparently, it's moved on from that. So I need to catch up with where you guys are up to because obviously I'm behind. Where's the comments? I'm not getting it. Do you know it's typical, isn't it? The first stream went quite well today, and this stream's going a little bit off the boil for me as far as my rhythm's concerned. I'm just not finding my rhythm on this stream, but I suppose that's the point of getting the practice in to find it. Um, yeah, like I said, I don't know if you guys have Dylan. I'm not sure if you've got the wrong end of things there, mate. But don't worry about it. Like I say, if not Mark's been okay. As like I say, he's he's getting involved in the chat, mate, and he's not said anything that's out of order too much yet. He might be a little bit wanting trying to be a little bit on the banter side with some of his chat, but no, he's been perfectly fine, Dylan. So appreciate you trying to help, mate. But yeah, no worries. Like I say, Mark's been. But like I say, I'm not gonna get stuck on that. Just been told off Stevie that it's been pretty much sorted. Mark Smith saying, "What problem am I causing?" You're not causing anyone any problem, mate. You're not causing any problem. I think maybe Dylan maybe read listened to an early part of the stream or something, and maybe just got the wrong impression. So yeah, no worries. So apologies about that, Mark. Like I say, um, Dylan's obviously trying to help, and I do appreciate he's trying to help. But like I say, there's no problem, Dylan. Mark's been he's contributing to the chat. He's making some interesting comments. He's trying to get involved, and like I say, um, he might have been having trying to have a bit of banter earlier in the stream, and maybe it was just misunderstood. But no, like I said, Dylan, nothing to worry about. Um, 68 minutes gone, guys, and we've got a corner. We've got a corner on the far side for Norwich. A corner comes in. It's an out swinger. Oh, sorry, an in swinger. In swinger comes in, and Watford managed to clear it, and it's up the field and out. It's gone out on that far side for a throw in. Dylan is saying, "Sorry, guys, have to hop off now. If I have any time towards the end, I will come back for the reaction." reaction. Yeah, I think that's going to be take care, mate, and happy New Year to everyone. No worries, Dylan. Thanks for dropping in, mate. Appreciated. And like I say, hopefully you have enjoy the rest of your day, mate. And like I say, really appreciate you coming getting involved. Um, Good to see you, Dylan. Like I say, enjoy the rest of the afternoon, mate. Um, Come on, there seems to be a delay on this message thing today. It's driving me nuts. Um, Ethan, what is going on with this? Sorry, guys, I'm getting technical gremlins here giving me a headache. Ethan Dixon, come on, Norwich. Yeah, like I say, mate, not it's just coming up to 70 minutes and it's still 0-0. Norwich have looked reasonably good, but I think both teams fairly matching each other fairly well, to be fair. Um, so, yeah, like I say, see how it's there's not a lot to choose between both teams, to be honest. They've been pretty evenly matched all the way through this game. So, like I say, the question is one of the teams going to tire out as we get into the last, now go into the last 20 minutes? Is one of the either side going to get tired? Maybe feel the fatigue a little bit of the Christmas break plus the World Cup break. Obviously, some of these players be fit and match fit, but some of them might not have had a full 90 minutes for a while because of the World Cup break and obviously Christmas break as well. So you could see that maybe that might be the difference between what separates the two teams in this last 20 minutes, that maybe one or two of the players might start to get a little tired. And that could be the difference between the two teams. Not saying it is, but it could be. Norwich breaking into the box now. Oh, we've got a bit of a coming together here between the goalkeeper and the on-running player. And the goalkeeper looks in some distress at the minute. So let's hope that's not too serious, guys. Just waiting to see the medical team and just giving the goalkeeper some attention. Like I say, it was a bit of a crunching tackle that both. Oh yeah, it looks. I've just seen the replay of it now. Looks like the goalkeepers took a whack or a knee right into. It's hard to see exactly where they collided there. Oh, I think he might have actually took a knee to the ribs from his own teammate there. I think that the had the Norwich player running with the ball and another Watford player trying to close him down, and they were both running towards the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper's come out to try and save the ball, and I think as all three players have come together, the keeper's tried to stretch to block the ball, and I think he's ended up taking a knee to the ribs from his own teammate. So let's hope he's nothing too serious there. Let's hope he's going to be perfectly okay and make a recovery. But yeah, that was a bit of a nasty challenge, and we certainly don't want to see any players getting any kind of serious injury. So yeah, fingers crossed the goalkeeper will be okay. But yeah, thanks for that, Ethan. And like I say, still been a pretty positive performance for Norwich so far. But work to do if you're gonna get the win today. Just seeing a change for Norwich. Can't even read. Sorry, guys, they couldn't. That how are you meant to read some of these players' names? There's literally they put the names up on the screen for a second, and if you don't know the players, especially with some of these foreign names, how am I meant to? even try and read it when I'm trying to work out how to pronounce it. It's madness, isn't it, guys? Honest. So just a bit frustrating that, because obviously I want to keep you guys up to date with changes if I can. But yeah, the goalkeeper's just got up. Hopefully he's going to be all right, but it looks like he's just feeling that a bit. He's stretching and huffing and puffing. So I think it's just knocked the wind out of him. Like I say, it looked like he took a knee right to the ribs off his own teammate. So it might have just knocked the wind out of him, and hopefully he's going to be okay. But yeah, like I say, Ethan, your team doing you proud at the minute, mate. They're giving a good account of themselves in what is, to be fair, a difficult game for both teams. Kieran Williams, when you thought Victor Osminan was a defender, I was saying he's a striker for Nepal. Right. Thank you. Appreciate you clearing that up. I don't know. I think, yeah, you're right. I did say I thought he was a defender, but I also said I think I'm getting confused with another player with a similar name. If once you get to know me a bit, mate, you see what one of my strong points is not names. I'm absolutely crap with names. I always have been. It takes me a while to remember people's names. Once I do remember it, then you're laughing. I'll remember your name forever once I actually do remember it. But actually trying to remember names at the minute is just for me. It's always just been one of my slight weaknesses. Just seeing that the goalkeeper has just gone to try and keep the ball in, and ended up crunching straight into the advertising board. So he's going to be feeling this game after tonight with the knocks and bruises that he's had. I think his wife's going to be running him an ice bath or something to help him soothe his aches and pains. Because, like I say, he's took a bit of bashing in this game. 76 minutes gone, guys. Still 0-0, and we have a free kick for Norwich on this near side. 3/4 of the way between. Oh, sorry. Well, actually, I'd probably say it's about maybe 20 yards, 25 yards from goal on this near side. Not quite level with the edge of the box, but cross comes in, and it's right into the melee of the players, and it's headed clear by the Watford defenders. But Norwich pick up possession midway inside the Watford half and ping it back in, but it's cleared again. And now Watford are on the break, looking to it. Norwich on the counter attack down this near side. But Norwich have managed to get bodies back. But now in comes the cross, and it's headed clear for Norwich as Watford pick up possession again and sweep the ball out to this near side to then come back inside and work the ball out towards that far side, looking for space. And Watford cut out the pass and managed to block it, and the ball is picked up again by Watford in their own half of the pitch as they look to build again. And now Norwich have intercepted a pass, and now Norwich looking to break on Watford up the other end of the field down this near side. Cross comes in, and it's blocked by a Watford defender, and then another clearance clears the ball into midway inside the Watford half as Norwich pick it up again and move out to this near side, and now cut back inside to midfield, looking to switch the play out to the other side, and clearly probing for space here against Watford. And a cross comes in. Oh, well, it's a shot. It's not a cross, it's a shot, and it's just wide of the far post. And I think the ref, like I said, I think the goalkeeper definitely feeling some of the challenges and stuff that he's been involved in, and it just stretching for that and unable to get to it. But it's gone wide of the post. And now Watford start build again from the back with the ball down that far side as they look for crossing behind, but not possible by Norwich getting men back quite quickly. So let's go back to the chat, see what you guys are saying. Watford just passing it about at the minute, midway inside the Norwich half, and it's gone out for a throw-in on the far side. Joey's saying, random question for you, Kieran. Are you overall happy with Ten Hag? That's a great question, Joey. Absolutely, yeah, great question, that, mate. Kieran Williams is saying, yeah, best manager since Fergie. Oh, fair enough, Kieran. If you think that, mate. I mean, obviously, I'm neutral. I'm not. I've nothing against United. I prefer to see them doing well more than often. Obviously, apart from when they play my own team. But I've nothing against United. But I think it's a bit early to be making comparisons to such a great manager, and I'm shocked to hear a Manchester United fan comparing him to such a great man, one of your legendary managers. He's only been at the club not what 6 months, if that. And you're comparing him to Alex Ferguson. That seems a bit of a strange one, that, mate. But you're entitled to your opinion. I might not have the same thinking as you, mate, but I respect your opinion if that's your thoughts. It just seems a little bit unusual. I thought any manager that was going to come in and get classed anywhere near as same in the same bracket or in the same sentence as Fergie, I would have thought they would have had to put in 2 years at least of solid work and show improvement in the team before being given before even being mentioned in the same sentence as Fergie. But maybe that's just my way of thinking about it. Like I say, you're entitled to your opinion, Kieran. I respect it. I might not agree with it, but I respect it. So thanks for that, Kieran. Interesting opinion, that. Joey is saying, fair enough. Yeah, he's defo doing some good things. Still not 100% about him, but best being a United fan. Yeah, fair enough. Respect to you there, Joey. Appreciate that, man. Top man. That's very respectful, that, mate. And like you say, nobody knows their club better than their own fans. We're just seeing a Watford player has pulled up here. It looks like a hamstring injury. He's just holding the back of his thigh. Let's hope it's not too serious, but it definitely the way he pulled up there to after running, it definitely looks like it could be a hamstring injury. That let's hope it's not. Let's hope it's maybe just a pull muscle, and he's got time to recover. So fingers crossed for that one. But we'll have to, like I say, we'll have to see how that pans out. Guys, if you're just joining us, please do drop your comments in the chat. Be great to hear from you. We are not a club channel. We are very much a fan channel. We're working building the channel and want you guys to feel a part of it. And the best way for you to feel a part of it is either come on the channel with me or get involved in a live chat. So like I said, guys, feel free to get involved no matter what club you support. We're just having another substitution for Watford. And it's Kabasa coming off and Truster Ikonga. Who is that? Ikonga? I've never heard of him. That's a bit of a mouthful of a player, isn't it? But yeah, like to keep you on your toes, don't they, with all these players' names, some of them. So yeah, like I say, game's restarted, guys. 83 minutes gone. Still 0-0. And now Watford in possession. As they look to try and build again from the back. Joey's saying, Gaz, you're winning 3-0. Oh, awesome. Nice one. Cheers. Cheers for that, Joey. Excuse me. Sorry. I appreciate that, Joey. Thanks for letting me know, mate. Like I say, I've not really Yeah, I can see it now on the screen. I've not been really looking at that too much, to be fair. Just trying to concentrate on the game a bit. And like I say, I'm very eager to try and get this balance and learn this balance. It's going to take me a bit of time, but I'm definitely really wanting to try and learn how to start getting better at this match commentary. At the minute, I feel like I just sound like the same person all the time, but hopefully get some practice. It's not helping at the minute because my radio's broke in my work van. And I used to listen to the radio a lot, and I think that'd help listening to other more experienced match commentators and learning some of the tactics that they use. So I think I need to get my van radio fixed so that I can start learning some other terminologies to help me improve. But yeah, like I say, guys, just really eager to learn how to do the match commentary so that I can start finding a way of balancing between the match commentary and you guys in the chat as well. Because, like I say, even though I want to try and give some commentary for fans that are joining, wanting updates on the game, I do want to do that. But also, like I say, also want you guys to feel a part of the show as well. So it's important that I try to learn how to get that balance right between keeping up to date with what's going on in the game and also trying to react to you guys and your comments in the chat. So fingers crossed, just keep chipping away, and the more practice I get, then hopefully eventually I'll get it. But like I said, I think I definitely need to get my radio fixed in my work van because I think that might help, especially considering I do end up working late a lot sometimes. So it might be helpful to hear some other more experienced commentators give me some pointers. So yeah, there you go, guys. Just another demonstration of my honesty. Corner for Norwich comes in its and it's deflected away, but to Norwich pick it up again on the outside of the box, but lose it. And now Watford looking to break up the under end of the field at third pace. Oh, and Watford have got past the last man and across the box, and it's Watford scores, slotted home, and Watford take the lead. What a beautiful goal that was on the counter attack, right down this far side. Literally a foot race between the Norwich defender and the Watford attacker, right down this near side, and the Watford Watford player attacking the goal under pressure all the way from the from the Norwich defender, but he just managed to get the edge on him in the last few yards towards the box, and then it was literally easy for him to just pass it across the face of goal for his teammate to just bang it into the net, and that puts Watford 1-0 up. So we've finally got a break in the deadlock, guys. It's Norwich 0, Watford 1, and we've only got we're just coming up to 87 minutes gone. So yeah, Watford could be about to pull off a smash and grab here against Norwich. So we'll have to see how the last few minutes play out. But like I say, it's very looking extremely possible for a smash and grab from Watford now that they've got that goal. Kieran is saying, just bear me a second, guys, that stupid thing's gone off again. There we go. Finally. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry, Kieran. Kieran saying, Ten Hag taking no BS. Just ask Ronaldo and what past managers letting the players get away with murder. They know it won't happen with Ten Hag. He will have us back on top in 3 years, 100%. Well, I'm sorry, Kieran. I respect your opinion, but I don't agree with it, mate. I think that's wrong because Mourinho did exactly the same thing. He tried to come in all guns blazing, laying down the law, and look at what happened with him. It's okay saying that Ten Hag is going to take control, but what happens when you get more players in that dressing room with big egos? What you got to remember over the last couple of seasons is, and you should know this as a United fan, mate. Over the last couple of seasons, the other managers have got rid of the egotistical players in the dressing room that have caused the problems. The likes of Pogba, Ronaldo, players like that that have got a real ego that have been causing them problems in the dressing room. And if an experienced manager like Mourinho struggled to get control of these players, what makes you think that Ten Hag is going to do it? Ten Hag has got lucky because Ronaldo has made it easy. If Ronaldo hadn't have come and done that interview before the World Cup, Ronaldo would still be at United now, and he would still be causing Ten Hag problems. But Ten Hag has got the easiest outcome he could possibly have to that situation because Ronaldo has come out, done an interview, and made it point blank clear that he wanted to leave and he wasn't going to tolerate any more excuses from the club, and he was going to do everything he could to get out of the club, and that is why he did the interview. So you know, in a way, that's give a blessing to Ten Hag to get Ronaldo out of the club because you knew at the start of the season Ten Hag wasn't really enthusiastic about keeping him. He might have been saying he was in the press. Of course, he's going to say that. He's not going to come out and tell the United fans, "I want to be the manager to get rid of Ronaldo," because he's never going to get, he's never going to get last more than a couple of weeks in the job, is he? If he came out at the start when he got the job saying, "I want Ronaldo gone," United fans would have come out and crucified him. So he was never going to say that. So instead, he came out pretending that he wanted him involved, wanted him in the squad, wanted him to be a part of the team. But in reality, what we actually seen going on behind the scenes and what was leaking out of the club was that them two were never going to work together very well. So, like I said, I respect your opinion, mate, but I think that's a bit unfair when you've seen that I think Mourinho could have been successful at United if Paul Pogba wasn't in that dressing room. Plus, you also had Jesse Lingard that was, also being difficult because Jesse Lingard was too busy being Pogba's best mate all the time and being easily influenced by the likes of Paul Pogba. So for me, Mourinho had a really difficult dressing room at United when he was there. And I think he could have got more success out of United if the club had backed him and listened to him about getting rid of the difficult players. But they didn't. So, like I say, you can look at it that way, Kieran. And like I say, I'm honest. I genuinely mean it, mate. I wish Ten Hag the best of luck. I hope he does get that dressing room sorted. But I'm just pointing out what should be obvious. What happens when you guys go in for another top player? Let's just say that you went in for Mbappe. How do you think Ten Hag would get on with a player like Mbappe? Look at the managers that have been into to PSG since he's been there and the difficulties they've had managing that dressing room with all those egos in that dressing room. So United have managed to get rid of most of those kind of players recently, and now they've got a more balanced dressing room. So it's making life that little bit easier for Ten Hag. But like I say, what happens when you guys go back in the transfer window and the Glazers suddenly decide they want another big name player that's got an ego? I'm sorry, but that's when Ten Hag is going to be put really to the test. And by then, he'll have had a bit of time at United. And if the United fans feel he's not getting a tune out of a top player that's got an ego, he's going to be the next one out the door, just like all the other managers, mate. So, I respect your opinion, and I love the positivity coming from you, mate. It's amazing. It's great. And absolutely nothing better from a football fan than trying to look at the positive aspects of your team. But at the same time, you've got to look at it with a bit of honesty, mate. And the reality is, Ten Hag has been there 6 months, and he's still in the honeymoon period. He's still in the honeymoon period. Let's be honest. What the pressure will come for him now in the next 12 months. In the next 12 months, if he doesn't start getting a tune out of that team, that in the next 12 months, the pressure is going to mount rather heavily on him. There'll be more pressure from fans, more pressure from the media, and more pressure from the Glazers. Obviously, if they're still in control of the club in 12 months. And if they're not, if a new owner comes in, he's going to be under even more pressure because a new owner might want to make a change and bring in a manager that they want. So yeah, like I say, mate, for me, he's still in the honeymoon period. Like I say, fair dues with your opinion, respect it, and I massively respect you for looking at as many positive angles as you can for your club, mate. But for me, no, I think it's a bit early to compare him to Fergie. And I also think that Ten Hag has had an easier task than every other manager that has come between him and Fergie. Let's be honest, the one that got it the toughest was the first one, was see how bad I am with names. I'm forgetting his name now, and it's on the tip of my tongue and all. Um, oh, come on, Gareth. I'm so bad with names. I hate it. I'm gonna have to remind myself of that now. I can't bloody remember his name. Oh, so bad with remembering names. It really bugs me. David, I don't even need to type it. It's just come to me now. David Moyes, that was it. I couldn't think of it. Sorry, guys. David Moyes, let's be honest, he had the toughest time as the United manager, following straight on after Fergie and coming into a dressing room, a mixed dressing room that was full of all sorts of mixture of generations and players. So, yeah, for me, I think that he had the toughest ask, the toughest challenge coming into United. But for me, Ten Hag has had the easiest, in my opinion, out of all the managers that's come in. But that's just my opinion. You can have a different one, mate, and that's fair enough. That's just my opinion. Um, guys, just to let you know, 9 minutes have been added on into this game, and we've got another free kick for Norwich on the edge of the box. I will come back to the comments in a minute, but yeah, 95 minutes gone, guys, and like I say, not been much to talk about since that goal, but free kick here for Norwich. It's into the box, and it's deep and bounces, ricochets off the top of the bar, and I don't know if it actually took a deflection off the goalkeeper. He did jump up to that. Yeah, it missed the goalkeeper and it's deflected off the bar and gone out behind for a goal kick. So yeah, 96 minutes gone, guys. We had 9 minutes added. I don't know where this referee has come up with all this added time. 7 minutes in the first half and now 9 minutes in the second half. Has he been working for FIFA or what? I think so. But yeah, like I say, guys, um, long ball. I think the goalkeeper there is really struggling. He's took a few bashes in this game, and I think he's really struggling. Just saw him take the free kick there, and he really tightened up after the free kick, like he was feeling it in his limbs. So, like I say, let's hope he's not. Let's hope it's nothing too serious. But yeah, I think I think the goalkeeper for for Watford will be feeling that he's earned his money today. Kieran Williams is saying none of the other managers would have left Ronaldo out. Oh, I don't know, mate. I don't know. I don't know. It's easy to say that in hindsight. No, I'm sorry, but I disagree. No, I think maybe Ronaldo, maybe Mourinho might not have done. Um, I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't know. It's a difficult one with Ronaldo, mate, because the problem with Ronaldo is yes, he's a great player, and I know all fans want to see him, but he's in denial about the fact that he's an aging player. He thinks he's still like in his early 20s and he can just be demand to be played all the time. Opportunity for Watford. Oh, and it's just about cleared by the goalkeeper as the Norwich player was running onto that and they cut him behind, but it was cut out by the keeper. And now he's back again in the Watford defence as Norwich try to find a way through. 98 minutes gone. We're into the last minute of added on time, guys. Norwich in possession midway inside the Watford half and a long cross-field pass towards the goal has gone out on this near side for a goal kick. Bit of a disappointment, that wasted opportunity. Norwich with the momentum there, and they've just completely wasted the opportunity with a poor choice of a ball forward that has just ended up going past everybody and out behind for a goal kick. So yeah, Kieran Williams. Yeah, like I say, mate, I don't know. It's difficult. You might be right. You might be right, but I mean, obviously, you can't include David Moyes in that because if David Moyes should have had Ronaldo, yes, you probably are right, but that would have been a younger Ronaldo, wouldn't it? It wouldn't, it'd have been a couple of years younger. Let's be honest. When David Moyes took over, where was Ronaldo? He was still playing at Real Madrid, mate. He was still at his peak playing at Real Madrid. So at that point, he wouldn't have been dropped by any manager. But it's easy to say that other managers wouldn't have dropped him. But until you put in that position and your job is depending on it, it's easy for us to sit here and say that. But the reality is, as great as a player as Ronaldo has been, he's not the player he was. If he was, mate, he'd have signed for another Champions League club. We've just seen that he's signed for some foreign club in the Middle East that nobody knows of. And, this is the top player. This is a player that left United saying he wanted to leave to go play Champions League football. And now we're all seeing that he wanted to leave because of the money. He's left for the money. He's gone to a club that nobody knows for the money. So this is a player that thinks he's bigger than the club. Do you get what I mean? And that's a problem for any manager, mate. Let's be honest. It is a problem for any manager. So you may be right. Other managers might not have dropped him. But that's in their time. When they was manager then, they might not. But if they were managing now, that's what you got to compare. If they were managing now and their job was depending on it, could you still say that? If they was replacing Ten Hag now, if you had Mourinho in charge right now at United, would that be, like I say, would Mourinho be dropping him now? And I think Mourinho would. If Mourinho was at United now, I think he would drop him. He might do it a bit more professionally, or maybe a bit more calculatedly. But I think he would because Mourinho was not the kind of person where he'd put up with players that weren't sharp enough or wouldn't put the work rate in. So, I know they're both Portuguese, but one thing Mourinho hated was players that weren't prepared to work back. And Ronaldo is a player that's not prepared to work back. So it would have been interesting to see how the two of them would have got on. At United, if that was the case. It's an interesting debate, mate. It is definitely an interesting debate, Kieran. But for me, like I say, I'm not too sure. It's easy to say in hindsight now, but like I say, Ten Hag is a good manager, and I wish him all the best. I just think it's a bit early to blow his trumpet when he's only 6 months into the job. So yeah, but like I say, mate, don't have to agree with me. That's just my opinion. Kieran also saying, I said he's the best since Fergie, not comparing him to Fergie. Yeah, I never said he was comparing it. Well, if I did, I didn't mean to. So apologies if I did say that. But what I was meaning to say was, or at least I thought I said it, was I'm surprised to hear a United fan even mentioning them two in the same sentence, because Fergie is your legend, mate. He's your legendary manager. Surely any manager that gets talked in the same sentence as Fergie has got to have won a trophy and been at the club for a certain period of time to get his ideas across. And like I said, for me, he's still in the honeymoon period. I ain't criticizing you. I'm not. I'm just making an observation based on what you've said in the chat. And like I say, mate. If I did imply that you were comparing him to Fergie, then I apologise. That was not what I meant to say. What I meant to say was, I'm surprised you put him in the same sentence. That's all. So the game has finished, guys, and Watford get the win. It's 1-0, obviously. Away win for Watford. Great result for them. Obviously, Norwich would be really disappointed to drop points at home. But like I say, there were not much to do between the two teams, and in the end, it's Watford that do a bit of a smash and grab on Norwich and walk away with the 3 points. So yeah, like I say, just read out the final comments. If you've got anything to say, guys, please drop it in because I'm going to jump off in a minute. I'm going to try and do one more stream today, and then I think we might call it a day. But yeah, like I say, If you've got any comments you want to have read out before I call it a day on this stream, please do add your comments now, guys. Just to quickly bring you up to scratch around the grounds in Championship, it's finished Birmingham 1, Middlesbrough 3, Norwich City 0, Watford 1, Swansea 1, Burnley 2, West Bromwich Albion 1, Reading 0, Wigan Athletic 1, Hull City 4, Stoke City v Preston still playing, and that's 0-0. The later kickoff in the Championship at 8 o'clock is QPR v Sheffield United. In League One, it's Barnsley 0, Bolton 3, Derby County 4, Accrington 0, Lincoln City 1, Ipswich 1, Sheffield Wednesday 5, Cambridge United 0. In League 2, Barrow 0, Rochdale 0, Newport County 2, Crawley Town 2, Northampton Town 1, Leyton Orient 0. That game's still playing. Stevenage 1, Gillingham 0. And in the Scottish Premiership, it's finished in the early kickoff. Rangers 2, Celtic 2, Aberdeen 0, Ross County 0, Middlesbrough, Hearts of Midlothian 3, Hibernian 0. So Hearts winning the Edinburgh Derby quite comfortably. Kilmarnock 0, St Mirren 0, Livingston 1, Motherwell 1, St Johnstone 0, Dundee United 1. And in the Scottish Championship, Dundee 2, Arbroath 4, Hamilton Academic 0, Wraith Rovers 1, Inverness Thistle 6, Cove Rangers 1, Greenock Morton the Ayr is postponed through frozen pitch. Queen's Park 2, Partick Thistle 0. In Scottish League 2, only 2 games today. The third game took a called off for a frozen pitch, which was Dunfermline v Falkirk. The other 2 games is Airdrieonies 3, FC Edinburgh 5, Peterhead 0, Montrose 0. And in Scottish League 2, only 1 game today, and that's finished 4 Athletic 0, Elgin City 1. So that brings you up to date around the grounds, guys. I'm just going to read out the final few comments. And like I say, then I'm going to jump off and do a final stream for the day. Stevie Allen is saying, I think Mourinho would have dropped him. Like I say, I think it's a great debate that to have, but I think it's difficult to say. If the question you have to ask first would be, would you be talking about Ronaldo playing during the period that Mourinho was in charge, or if Mourinho was in charge now when Ronaldo was at the club? Because I think that's an important fact. If it had been when Mourinho was actually in charge, I'm not sure if he did. I think he would have actually possibly dropped him if he weren't performing. Because let's be honest, Mourinho himself is very egotistical. So I think if he thought that Ronaldo wasn't putting in the work rate, I think he would drop him. So yeah, but like I say, it's an interesting debate, but it's all depending on which way you look at it. But yeah, thanks for that, Steve. Appreciated, mate. Come on. Kieran saying, I'm not on about his age. I mean, walking off down the tunnel. Rashford, our best player, was late. What is going on with this? Was late for a team meeting, but out of the starting lineup. Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to get into the tunnel thing. There was a lot said about that at the time, and I think I did quite a bit on it. I think I mentioned it a few times anyway. But yeah, like I say, mate, no, what he did marching off down the tunnel was completely unprofessional. I think most proper football fans saw that for what it is. It's just him chucking his toys out the pram. But how do you think Mourinho would have reacted to that? Do you think he'd have played him? Do you not think he'd have benched him? You know, it's like I say, it's easy for people to say, oh, Ten Hag would have benched. I think every manager, most managers, if they've got self-respect, are going to bench any player that does that to make sure that their job doesn't call in question, or that they've got to do that to keep control of the dressing room. I think Ten Hag didn't want to drop him. He was forced to drop him in the next game to make the example. You're not in charge. I am. But thank you very much, Kieran. Like I say, mate, it's definitely an interesting debate. But we could stay here half the night just talking about that. But unfortunately, I've got to jump off onto the next stream, mate. But appreciate that. I appreciate you coming involved and getting involved and sharing your thoughts on it at least. Joey's saying Mourinho used to make me giggle, especially when he went in on Huff when he went in on a Huff. He did have quite a few soaks, didn't he, mate? He was like I say, he's always been like he's a manager with an ego, isn't he? He's just like likes of Pogba and Ronaldo. He's just the same type of person. He's got a massive ego, and that's obviously that sometimes makes him not think with his head, but he thinks with his heart or however you want to word it. But I think you know what I'm getting at. It doesn't always make him think the most logically because sometimes he's a bit hot headed. So yeah, but thanks for that, Joey. Um, and Joey, giggle. All right, giggle. Yeah, no worries, mate. Anyway, guys, I'm going to jump off because, like I say, want to try and do one final stream for the day. And I need to get off and get prepared for that. So if you guys want to join me on the other stream, that would be great. But if not, if you're busy with other stuff, I totally understand. And like I say, look after yourself, and hopefully I will see you on future streams if you can't join me on the next one. Okay, guys, look after yourself out there, as I say, and best wishes to you all. Obviously, with it just getting into the new year, and like I say, hopefully I'll speak to you guys soon. All the best, and bye for now.